This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. A 34-year-old customs broker says she's innocent to more than 150 fraud-related charges levied against her in the magistrate's court. The woman was in court to answer to charges in excess of $2.5 million fraud scheme. Our Tyler Simonet has the details.
34-year-old Precious Moxie Miller, a customs broker, charged in magistrate's court with a whopping 162 fraud-related crimes. Moxie Miller faced Magistrate Kendra Kelly over 2 days for charges involving a $2.8 million fraud scheme. Represented by Kenyatta Gibson, she faced 47 charges of falsification of accounts, 44 charges of uttering false documents, 38 charges of fraud by false pretense, 31 charges of stealing by reason of service, 1 charge of money laundering acquisition, and 1 charge of money laundering concealing. These charges were over a period of time from January 2, 2018 to June 25, 2019. The nature of the offenses for falsification of accounts is that on various dates while being a customs broker at Simply Shipping Solutions on Fire Trail, she did, with intent to commit fraud, made false entries on a Bahamas Customs Department C-13 form, purporting to show that the bill was consigned to Cable Bahamas. In relation to uttering of false documents with intent to defraud, uttered a certain false document in the name Cable Bahamas, knowing the same to be fake. For fraud by false pretenses with the intent to defraud, did obtain various Royal Bank of the Bahamas checks from Cable Bahamas Limited on Old Trail Road by means of false pretense. Additionally, her charges for stealing by reason of service were that she allegedly stole various sums of money from the property of Cable Bahamas, to which she had custody by reason of her service. The money laundering acquisitions particulars are that Moxie Miller on Tuesday, January 2, 2018 and Tuesday, June 25, 2019 in New Providence, knowingly or reasonably ought to have known or suspected acquired the amount of $2,844,012.40 from Cable Bahamas Limited, which represents the proceeds of crime. The money laundering concealing charge is that on Tuesday, January 2, 2018 and Tuesday, June 25, 2019 in New Providence, Moxie Miller did convert the amount of $2,844,012.40, which represents the proceeds of crime. Moxie Miller pleaded not guilty to all charges. Her bail is set for $200,000 and her trial is set for between October 18th to the 22nd of 2021. For Jcn News, I'm Tyler Simonet.
In other court news, also appearing before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt on Thursday afternoon was 24-year-old Bimini native Armani Thompson, who was charged with 4 counts of importation of firearms and 3 counts of importation of ammunition. Thompson is accused of illegally importing at least 4 handguns into the country between February 16, 2020 and June 26, 2021. It is alleged that he imported 2 Taurus pistols and 2 Smith & Wesson pistols, along with 19 rounds of ammunition for the same in the same time frame. Supported by his mother, Thompson, who was clad in a long-sleeve white shirt and black jeans, pleaded not guilty to all 7 charges. The Crown then asked for the matter to be deferred to allow time to review the case file before determining if they would object to bail or not. However, the attorney for Thompson argued that he had been in custody for 5 days since Friday passed, and that's past the legal period, and that the Crown had ample time to review the file. However, the magistrate gave the Crown time to review the case. The matter has been adjourned to Friday afternoon for a bail hearing. Police are investigating the disappearance of a teenage girl who has been missing since last week. 16-year-old Oscarnique Smith of number 35 Yamacraw Drive has been reported missing by her family. We're told that she was last seen at her residence at 9 p.m. Monday, July 5th. She is described as having a medium brown complexion, slim build, and standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991 or 502-9992. There has been much talk over the past few months of political parties joining forces, but until Monday it was only talk. On Monday, the Bahamas Democratic Movement and the People National Coalition officially joined forces and is hoping that it will be the spark needed to get other parties to negotiate at the table. Jerino Saunders has more.
On Monday, the Bahamas Democratic Movement and the People's National Coalition officially joined forces and expect to be a viable option for voters in the coming general elections. The two parties will fall under the banner of the Bahamas Democratic Movement, with BDM leader Cassius Stewart remaining the leader, while Garth Roseborough, leader of the PNC, being the deputy leader. On Wednesday, Mr. Stewart lamented how historically difficult it has been for political parties in the Bahamas to unite.
Merging two political parties in the Bahamas has been one of the most difficult experience I've had, because I've had an opportunity to sit with Ali Moochie when he had his party, Bernard Nottage and Charlie Maynard when they had their party, Ranford Wells when they had his party. I had a chance to sit with Obi Ferguson when he had his party, and it was impossible to join forces. But we were able to overcome all those hurdles. The PNC has joined forces with the Bahamas Democratic Movement.
For months, parties like the Democratic National Alliance, Bahamas Constitution Party, and the Coalition of Independents have all publicly stated that they are interested in forming partnerships, but there has been no evidence of those parties merging. We asked Mr. Stewart if the door remains open for other parties to join the BDM and PNC in their fight for a better Bahamas.
Absolutely. Actually, in fact, we kicked the door wide open. We had quite a bit of independent candidates who have already sent an application to join up under our umbrella. In addition to that, one or two from the other parties already came over as well too. So we just want to say to everybody, listen, come on over. Let us put together the best possible team to be the alternative to the FME. And that's what the people are calling for, and that's what we're going to give them.
Mr. Stewart says should they win, the BDM's focus will have to be broad, but with emphasis on health and the healthcare system, food security, reduction of the national debt, and curbing the vexing problem of violent crimes.
Every day we hear these young people killing each other on the streets, That is saddening, because that is the future of our country. That is our future workforce. That is our future parents. That is our future leaders, and they're just assassinating each other on the street. We got to be able to fix our social ills. Our young people need something to believe in. We got to give them something to believe in. Drugs and guns and gangs are not it. And so we cannot allow them to grow themselves randomly. So if we want our young people to be disciplined and orderly, it has to be a strategic approach from the government to be able to implement that. We have some very, very, very good plans.
Mr. Stewart says the party will release its full slate of candidates that will make up the new government in the near future. Jurino Saunders for Jcn News.
You're watching Jcn News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.